All right, so we have the account page. So on this screen, what I want to do is I want to make it a the account screen. So this is what I want to achieve. So on that screen, account screen, we want to show the user image. So we will allow the user to upload profile image. All right, and then we're going to add the logout button as well. So we're going to move that from there, and then we will allow them to update the password. Now obviously you can add more features here. You can allow them to change the name or anything else. Maybe they can write something about themselves. You can do a whole lot here. So this is what we want to achieve. So that means as you can see, there is quite a similarity between this screen and the sign-in screen. So let me just quickly log out. You can see on the sign-in screen we are showing this logo. Now we can use the same layout to show the user image, right? So if the user don't have the image, we can show the camera icon so that they can upload the image, and if they have image, we will display like that. Okay, so that looks good. And then here, instead of this 2 input field, we're just going to use 1 for password, and then we will have the button for updating password, which is the similar button here, and then one more button to log out. So as you can see, there is quite a similarity here on this screen and this screen. So to make things easier, we can copy the code from sign in and just remove whatever we don't need, and then work with the rest of the code that we're going to use here. Okay, so let's not worry too much about what we have already done. So sign in again. Let me go to account. So we basically have the name and email, which is here, you can see here. So we're going to lay out like that. So at the moment, let's not worry about this one. Instead, let's grab the code from sign in. Just copy all this code, go to account, and then just replace here. All right, so let's make some changes. Let me just hide that. So let's start from here. The component name, let's change this to account, and all the way down, export default account. And as soon as I saved, you can see we have that sign-in screen on account. All right, so now let's make some changes here. So first state, we want to have the username as well. We don't allow them to change the name, which you can if you want, but I think it's better to keep it unchanged. I guess name, set name equals to use state. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the value from context and pre-populate here. So let me just remove this hard-coded value, remove the password. So we want name, email, password in the state. If we need something else, we will add later. And then we want to pre-populate these fields using use effect. All right, so let's use effect. Now let me just save this file at the moment. Let's import use effect. While we're working on the screen, maybe we should set this screen as a initial route so that it's easier. So let's quickly go to screen snap, initial route name. Let's change this to account, just so that it's easy to work with for now. Okay, so back to account. So we got name, we got use effect. There is no email and password, so we just want one field, password, as you can see here. So let's go down here first. Let's clear up the code that we don't need. So we don't need this input for email. Okay, so we don't need this information, so this one we can remove. So you can see we don't have much code here, so we're just returning one input and a button. That's pretty much it, and we got these functions. submit function, and a couple of imports. Not much happening here. So first I want to focus on changing this node. So that's the easiest one, right? So first we have to pre-populate the state values in UseEffect, right? So here what I'm going to do here is look for the state. So if we have the context, let's put it as a dependency, all right? And then we check if state. If we have the state, then we can destructure from state. So what we want to destructure is we want to destructure name, email, and image. So we want to destructure that, and we'll use that to set in the state. So set name, set email, set password. Oh, actually we don't have the password, obviously we don't have that in the state, so let's remove that. Image we have, so let's add one more field for image. Const image set image equals to use state. By the way, we will be using Cloudinary. We're going to upload our image to Cloudinary. All right, so we got that. Now we should have the name and email in the state. If you want to, you can even have the role like we had previously. So let's add that. Const role set role equals to use state. And now let's come down here in our return block and then sign in. Let me change that to the username. Perfect. So that's coming from this context. That's great. So we got the name. Let me also show the email and role. So name, title, center. If you want to make the font a little bit bigger or want to add some other styling, you can always do that. For example, if you actually we already have here, not on that one, on the text. So if you want to add more styling, you can do that. Let's say padding, bit of a padding bottom. It looks very close here. Password in this one. So padding bottom, let's say 10. All right, padding bottom 10. Let me just copy this one and use for email as well. And for email, I want to change this to medium. This one, let's make it 50. Fair bit of the padding here. Name this time, now it's not name, it's email. Okay, and then let me just grab this again and just one more time. Actually this one should be 10 because this is the last block and this is where we put bigger padding, and here we just use row. Medium, this one let's use small. Okay, so role is not here. That's because we didn't set in this UseEffect. Let's do that. Set role. Let's make sure we destructure that. Awesome. Let's make that light. All right. And this button, let's change the name from sign in to, we call it password. Update password. Perfect.